left the first little bit, and then we'll start.
I'd be watching your back, but be careful.
Enemies detected.
You're going to be okay.
The objective is mine.
And Andy.
You're covered. This is going to hurt.
Okay.
I'd be watching your back, but be
Defend
careful.
objective A.
Hey, it didn't save my settings very fast. It totally saved the last time. That's so weird. Okay. Okay. Set up around cover. Dives in. You ran the anti after it. It gets fat. And then here, like you're trying to work around that bubble. The problem is, look how it forces you into open space. It would have been nice if your Kree had just broken that thing. But, especially now that it's broken and your team's backing off, this is not the spot, and you kind of, like, hang out in here way too long, and then you start, like, you tunnel on the May up here in a second, and really all you wanted to do was, like, hug this wall, and back up, and maybe even play this corner, or back up, like, fully to this corner, or, I mean, you probably couldn't have gotten to here. Maybe you go to the steps, because then you get, like, the cover from these pillars on these steps here, and that gives you a little bit more of an angle, but then it's, like, a really far rotation. So, like, there's pros and cons to all of this, but this, the only pro to being right here is it's really easy to follow your team onto the point, but you're just so exposed, and your team's right here with you. They're not, like, actually pushing onto the point. You're in front of them. You're in front of everyone except your Winston. Hey, Tramer. Coffee is the good shit. I'm on coffee number 2. I ordered coffee from the fancy coffee shop down the street, and then I made iced coffee to follow it up. Nice. Alright. I think the May was a little bit earlier. Yeah. Okay. Start the back, get bubbles. I'm just sort of looking at the positioning here. Honestly, it's not bad. Really, it's just that your rotations are a little bit close to your team, and they're a little bit too open space. The advantage to running the Ana with the dive is the dive can jump away and Ana can still heal them. They just need to make sure to jump within your LOS. You guys are playing around this May wall, and this bubble, or the bubble's yours. Wait a second, that bubble was yours. The colors swapped and messed me up. So, like, you didn't even have to be avoiding the bubble. You could have been standing inside of your own bubble. So that was... Yeah. You should have been, like, in that case, just hugging this corner. Like, this is where you want it to be. Especially inside the bubble since it was yours. My bad. The colors messed me up again. But yeah, so, like, the only thing you guys really got to worry about is that wall, which your tanks should be looking to bait out that wall. Like, they keep diving, they get walled off, and then they sort of stay there too long, and everyone tries to position around the wall, and it's just sort of a mess. And all they need to do is jump in, get the wall, and drop. A wall's a long-ass cooldown. Their cooldowns are much shorter. And then they jump in again. And then that way you can keep LOS on them and heal them, and you don't have to be right on top of them. Because it's dive. Their whole point is they jump away from you. So, like, you don't want to be... somewhere where as soon as they leave, you're in danger. Like here is way open space.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Unlucky. That was going to be great nano. I think it's still a fine nano. I like it.
Someday, Reinhardt, but
I
not
really
today.
like that. You could have grabbed the mini there.
Objective
I'm on fire. Come on, try me.
Escort the payload.
Successful play.
Get you.
Enemies over there.
Take your place.
Get behind me.
Monkey just keeps overstaying his welcome. That's not on you. And your tracer's clutching anyway, so that's nice.
Activating self-destruct sequence.
Bubbles.
I'm under attack. I have
With you. Cool.
We need to keep the payload moving.
Let's get this moving.
Heal up.
You didn't really need to use the nade there, but it's fine. It wasn't fine. Unlucky. You needed it back then. You're gonna be taking the duel. I mean, that's kind of risky, but especially since you already have nano, and you're probably not
Taking
taking
damage.
so this damage is just being
better soon.
really.
You're covered.
It's not pressuring anyone back. It's not
You're powered up.
getting
Get
you
in
full
there.
charge. It's not getting you anything.
Not even angry.
My shield's up.
It's a
Ready
hand.
to roll.
And I have your back. Keep up with me.
Let's try that again.
Nice. Good job, your bridge. Thanks.
Payload level
Defeat, but whatever.
Be careful with the mini.
Like the aggression, but now your team's backing up and you're in front. There you go.
Watching your back.
What is the space getting other than a lot of risk and making it hard for you to aim?
You're
People are
going
just
to be
tugging it
okay.
hard. Like all of this right here, you're just daring that mate to finally land the headshot on you.
You're powered up. Get in there. Just a scratch. You'll be fine.
Rally to me.
Now light.
We're going to live.
I could use some healing.
Oh, okay.
Die here.
Or your team just clutches it. Wild.
Score.
You guys were down so many, that seems like a lost fight, but... Because they got massive respawn advantage, but... Good shit.
Ready for battle.
And now we're on the Omnic. Oh, right, it's a scrim mode. I'm like, just sitting here. Okay. Here we go.
Defend objective A.
Okay.
Walk in harmony.
Okay. So, we see the Echo. I don't really mind the drop when she flies up here. But, and then like you rotate back to the high ground, and then here you start charging the right click, and that's a mistake. You got targets in front of you, and they're crammed into a choke. This is what you do. You just keep shooting. Yeah, exactly. Maximum damage output. Hell yes, break the crap out of those shields, spam them down. So close. And just as you get trained too. That was a good job. You hit like one more shot there, and you get trained sooner, and you hit Q, or you know, you just land the volley and kill the tracer. Unlucky, but you didn't misplay that. You just missed the shot. Channel your inner robot. Suppress all human mistakes.
Let them up.
Right click to the windows and Did you get her with her full claw? That's so great. I love it, dude. I really do. Yeah. The biggest mistake I'm seeing is the right click. When you got a target in front of you, don't search the right click. Right here was fine. You're just like waiting for somebody to peek. Maybe you get a one shot. I love that. As you approach a corner, you know, you search the right click, you go for the one shot. That's great. You do almost twice as much damage per second to shoot in front of you. And Zen isn't just about frags. Frags are great, but it's about pressure that you can output. Just your sheer game. And like the shield break is legit. You chunk out tanks like this, like get wrecked Eva. Unlucky the tracer also.
Repetition is the path
Hey Godly,
to
how's it going?
mastery.
Get in here!
Yeah. And now you got space, which isn't where you want to be.
Hi.
They got 2 ticks, but who cares? They didn't get the point. And you almost have another trank too. So BAP has a window, so I would be looking to position near the BAP so you can like really chunk out some damage.
But we must all play our part.
Great. Hit it. Okay. Credit where it's due. I would have panicked that out. 17 HP, I would have hit Q. Absolutely. Good shit. That was a huge risk, but it paid off. Yeah. Nothing to say about that. Good job. Okay, and then that is stuck in my command. And also last fight anyway. Great. Yeah. Just a moment to the lamp. Or was that their lamp?
Anna checking in.
The outcome is not preordained.
Going back and
I'm
forth.
on fire.
Name.
You guys in this? No way.
Walk in harmony.
You're going to be killing sleep.
So there you just sort of drop to the space rather than like you probably could have tried to drop to this corner or just stayed on top of your Ana. It doesn't matter though because you guys win. Yeah. Honestly, like your positioning and your rotations are really good. They are more open than they need to be. Like really get the discipline in that pathing to have it be really tight to walls. Like don't play outside of a bubble when you have a friendly bubble right on top of you. It can be kind of hard with like some of the rotations walking in because you need to be able to rotate somewhere where you see where they're going to jump in, but you also don't want to be just sort of left out in the open once your tanks jump in. So the advantage to being on a team here is you know where they're going to engage, so you can, rather than necessarily walk in with them every time, you can just walk to where you need to be, so like you're ready to go, you're set up for when they jump in. I liked like once or twice you flanked for the nade and that was massive. You need to be doing that more. Absolutely, that's a huge carry play. Like you got to be careful with the timing and when you do it, but like antes are where it's at with Ana. Like you were good with the antes, but you're in diamond, yeah? You want to push to masters, you got to be great with the antes now. Hit those fan antes not like 3 or 4 times a game, but like 3 or 4 times a minute. Like every other ante is winning a fight sort of thing. That's like the dream. All right. Cool. Hopefully that's helpful. Let me know if you have any questions and feel free to drop another VOD sometime.